Hello everybody and welcome back to Froggo's Creators Academy, the channel that I created specifically to share the little bits of knowledge that I've gained streaming to YouTube and to Twitch from my cell phone. And I've had a blast doing it, and I've gotten a lot of questions from people on how to do certain things or how I have done certain things, because streaming through a phone or a console can get a little tricky. So in a previous episode, we covered over here, we covered the Streamlabs app, and we went through the editor, which I'll go ahead and link that in the top right hand corner of your screen right now. We covered the editor, where we can add in layers or basically create an overlay for our game. I had a lot of issues with importing my personal pictures and my personal overlay files. And it turns out you just need to be really, really patient with the app. You need to move items around and delete them and bring them back, and eventually it will work. But anyways, we were talking about how you add in widgets. So you've got the widgets here. I'll keep hitting cancel, otherwise it'll stop my recording. So we have the event list and viewer count and follower goals and bit goals and all of that stuff here. So if we come over here and we look at my Chromebook, we have here on the Chromebook, we have the dashboard for the Streamlabs.com, where I hope that you've made an account for Streamlabs. Even if you are just using the app, this is very important for you to do, because it is where you control the majority of your items that you have for the app. So if you come over here inside the widgets, is what we're going to talk about today. We'll look at some of these other items which we don't really have access to through the app. Unfortunately, most of this stuff is not applicable for us mobile streamers, but some of it is. So actually, I'll cover that at the end of this video as a little extra tidbit. So the first off is we have the alert box. Everybody knows the alert box. That is what pops up when somebody subscribes to your account. And if we look right here on my screen on the phone, it is right here. And most people put it right there in the middle. So for the alert box, as you can see here, we have the option to change general settings, what it looks like when somebody does a donation, what it looks like when somebody becomes a subscriber, a member, gives a super chat, pledges, buys merchandise, etc., etc. And you can do a test donation. So if we get out of the editor over here, get out of there, get cancel, and sometimes it does this to you, and if it does this to you, just exit out of the app and pull it back up, cancel again, and we're good. Now over here on the Chromebook, you can see we have test donation, and there we go, test donation. John donated $3, yay! I wish somebody gave me $3. We also have the test subscriber. There we go. Dun, 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 dun. Now as you see there, it is a little wonky. And so when you come through here and you're changing your settings for this stuff, you want to change your volume. You want to make sure it's not too loud. They do include a lot of basic GIFs that you can use, or if you have your own, or you know a place where you can get free, copyright free items for GIFs, you can use those. And then same thing with the sound or other types of audio that is free of copyright. You're not going to get DMCA'd for it. Be careful, guys. You can also upload that on your own and link it in there. You can change the font settings for the alerts. So our alert was kind of wonky. We can change the font size down to, let's say, 34. We'll hit the save button, and now we're going to go back up, and we can hit that test subscriber mode, and bam, now it's a little bit better, right? Now my whole name is on there. It's all nice and perfect. So this is a very good area to come in and just kind of test out what everything is going to look like as you're going to be needing this stuff. Obviously, when you first start out, you don't need the donations and stuff. But while we're talking about donations, there is a way before you are monetized for you to have a donation page up and running, and that is through Streamlabs. So if you come down here, you can actually sign up for a donations page. Even if you are not a Prime member, you can still sign up for one and have one. And I have one just because somebody asked, and uh, so I made one. They have donated before on here when I was on Twitch, but I really don't use it. So, I mean, it is what it is. I love this little guy. But if we go back over to the main thing, so yeah, this is where you can go in here and get things like this to be able to get donations in. So that's the alert box. The chat box is the next item here. This is very, very important for you to change and modify, guys. When they first come out, when you just put it on here, it has basic stuff. It just looks horrible. It's probably not going to be looking very good. And if we go into the editor here, you can see my chat box is right here on the left hand side, and it is locked in that position. Over here on the Streamlabs side, you can see that I have it set to boxed. So again, if we exit out of here, we can, over here, when we are typing and texting, it will go ahead and show up on there. Well, so anyways, Streamlabs just crashed and maybe relog in, and as you can see, it deleted everything. That is one problem with this app that I totally hate, is if it logs you out for whatever reason it feels like, whatever custom overlay you've done, whatever work you've done in the app to set up your YouTube or your Twitch overlay using the editor is now gone. But we won't get into that right now. So if you get on here and you look at the chat box, which is going to be on my stream, it's on the top left. I mean on the left hand side, you'll see that I have it as boxed. And I think that box gives a really nice clean look, and I enjoy it more than these other ones. But you do have chunky, you have old school, you have the basic Twitch, and you have clean. I personally use boxed. I like it. You can have it show moderator badge, sub badges, like so over here. They'll pop up over there in the top right. You can change the background color, the text color, the font size, everything you need to know about this. One thing I do advise everybody, and this was advised to me previously, is for us small streamers, for those of us who have not a lot of engagement when we are streaming, come down here and leave always show messages. Turn that on. You don't get enough engagement as a small streamer from people to have a conversation going, and when people come in to your stream and they see no conversation going on, they're more likely to leave and less likely to stay in chat. Where if they see the conversation going, they might decide, hey, they're talking about something interesting and they're playing a good game, I'll stay and chat. And this has worked out pretty good for me, and so I encourage you to do the same. Come in here, always show messages. Make sure that your chat window is not too obnoxious. Mine, as you saw before it crashed, was all on the left hand side, and when it comes to games, it doesn't block anything important, and it's very small. It's also a little transparent, so it's not too bad. But it helps to have that as always show messages. Now back over to the widgets again. We have the event list. I personally do not use the event list. You'll see it right here. On here you'll see it's basically just who's following you, who subscribed to you, and all of that. So you can come in here, and that is where you are going to change the settings for the event list. And some people use it, I don't. Maybe once I start if I ever reach that 1,000 subscribers in the distant future on my main channel, then maybe I will use this a little more. But this is basically just the alerts that pop up. They're just in this form right here. So you can do all this, and you can even test it, and it'll show up on your stream as well, just like with everything else. Donation goal. The donation goal and follower goal are two items that I highly encourage you to go in and change the settings for. Highly encourage you. This might look okay if you're on a desktop. If you are streaming through a mobile phone, this is not going to work. This is not going to work. You want to come down to the settings, and you want to go over here. Oops, where's that? There it is, standard layout, and you want to choose condensed. This looks a whole lot better on a mobile stream than it would if you were doing it on a PC. This, good for a PC, not good for a phone. This is what you want. You want to come with the condensed. And this just lets you set a donation goal. And as I showed you earlier, you can get a donation page through a Streamlabs account. I don't remember how much they take out of it, but it's not that much. And before you're monetized, you're probably not going to get very many donations anyways. I've gotten a few when I was streaming on Twitch, but it was rare for me, so you know, it is what it is. Also, now we come back over here to the widgets, and again, stream labels. If you're on the app, you have the access to these in the editor here. We'll go down to layers, add layer, and they're down here, add stream label. So if you're doing Twitch, YouTube, whatever, these are those little texts that show who cheered the most or who donated last, who the top donator is in the last 30 days. All of that information is on here through the stream labels. So don't worry about messing with it here. None of these settings here are going to work for you on the mobile app. The media share, I have not gotten that to work. There's hypothetically a way to do it, but I haven't found it, and it doesn't work really good. Another thing you really want to change is if you come in here onto the app and you add in the viewer count. So now we have the viewer count right here, right? Shows how many viewers we have. So if we go like this and move it to the top, and here we move it to the top, and we go back out. So if the app wasn't messing up on me right now, you would see a little icon there showing how many views you have. Okay, so if it wasn't messing up on me, you would see the icon right here. So if you are streaming to just Twitch, make sure you come over here and turn this on. Or if you are streaming just to YouTube, or if you're streaming to both, and you are using that viewer count, this is a good thing to do. Now, if you are leaving your VODs, if you're leaving your live streams up after you're done, and letting YouTube process them and put them onto your channel, I like to have it show how many viewers I had while it was being live streamed. I think that helps kind of show that you had people there and they were engaging. And when you have the chat box on there as well, and you add in the number of viewers you had, it is good. Now, if you don't have a lot of viewers, if you have like less than 4 viewers at any given point in the stream, probably leave it off. But if you get at least 5 viewers as a consistent average across your whole stream, turn it on. Let people know that you have viewers that watch your live streams. Let them see the chat and how active it is and how many people are in your stream. This can help you out, in my opinion, quite a bit, and I enjoy having that on there. Back over to the widgets. So you have a tip ticker. You also have the subscriber goal. I love the subscriber goal. Again, you're going to want to go to settings and turn this thing to the condensed. So currently I'm running a winter break subscriber goal. I want to hit that 400, and maybe we'll get it, maybe we won't. We will see. But you kind of have to update this yourself sometimes because YouTube is slower to update than you are. So it could take some time for Streamlabs to get a hold of YouTube and YouTube to send the data back and update your stream goal. So if it doesn't update frequently, you might want to go do it yourself and just update it. You know, it's not that we have 4 days to go till 2021. Woohoo! This year's almost over. Anyway, so that's a goal that you can have on there. The jar, I haven't used that yet because obviously I don't get bits and I really don't get a lot of tips, so no point. Boss, I haven't done that yet, nor in credits, but these are all things that are there. Member goals, sponsor banner, so if you have a sponsor, and that can be put in through the mobile app as well. Spin wheel, Tiltify donation goal, poll, and Streamlabs charity donation goal. So all of these things are good things you could put into your stream through the Streamlabs app, and you can have these options available for you. And I think it's really nice that we have these options, but not a lot of people use them. Not a lot of people come in here when they're mobile streamers. They don't come in here and change these settings. They don't use all the widgets that they have available on the Streamlabs app. And I can understand it. It's hard. It's frustrating. As you guys saw while I was recording this video, my Streamlabs app crashed on me twice and signed me out, and I lost the overlay. I have to go back through and put the picture back up, move my chat box back over. It's not a lot of stuff. I keep it minimal on purpose because Streamlabs app does this type of stuff to you. If there's 2 or 3 things I hope that you really take out of this is how to change your alert box so that you have your subscriber alerts posted and they look a little nicer, how to get your chat box looking good, and then also how to do the goals or the subscriber goals or donation goals. Those 3 things I feel will really help you out, kind of make your stream look a little more professional. In the next video, I'm going to update my video from the Twitch extension, which is the Overlay Expert, which lets you build an overlay for your Twitch stream on their side. So even if you're streaming from a phone or a console, it's an overlay applied on the Twitch end side of the stream and not yours. So that's something to think about, because this stuff right here, if you have slow internet, this could potentially kill your stream. Just so you know, if your internet is slow or your connectivity is slow, your Streamlabs app is getting these notification settings from the website, from the Streamlabs servers and everything else. So when you get a subscriber, it asks the server, well, what type of thing am I supposed to show? And it has to show those things from here. So if you have the event box going, you have the alert box, you have the chat box, a donation goal. If you have all of these things running at once and your connection is slow, it could potentially drop the quality of your stream, because obviously there's more things on your stream that need to be rendered, and you also have to connect and talk to a completely different server about what is going on, which could be a problem, like I said, if you have slow internet. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoy this, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.